stop chasing. Look, it's Marcel, aka Honey Bunny Sunny, and I'm on a mission to make you some money. Listen, I got a great video ahead. Lock in. Today was a busy day, but got to stay consistent, and want to honor my word of giving y'all a video on a daily basis, to give you some value. So just a quick recap of what we did in the group today. We had Hood that we caught on a nice swing from yesterday, but also some people were able to get into it in the earlier part of the day from the drop. But I just want to talk about how when you see a setup, right, oftentimes the setup may not happen right away. So what do? Do you get out, or do you risk losing money? What do? You have to trust the process, right? Trust the process and the time frame in which you're looking at the stock on, right? So if we're talking about, making a play on something because it's looking like a reversal pattern on a daily, we have to at least give it a day to play out, right? So we entered the swing, front run it, entered the swing, and was able to, we all were profitable, made 60%. I think most people average like 40% coming out of the trade, right? But the biggest thing that I noticed is that a lot of people were just like, I don't know, and essentially ready to like get up and get out of the trade. And there were some people that did that, and as a result, they actually wound up missing out on the, on the money or whatever. So I just want to, remind you to like trust the process of the time frame. So if we trading and golfing, like give that thing a few days at least to really play out, right? Since I had already made 60%, it was no point in me staying, right? But if I did decide to make it a longer swing, or I had a longer, target, or wanted more out of it, I could have put it out like 2 weeks to kind of protect against any sort of early downside. But when you see a big engulfing like that, that is a telltale sign of a reversal, right? Straight up and down. It's a telltale sign of a reversal. All right, so remember, like, stay in your trades as long as you're supposed to, right? Also, if you hit a profit that is, worth it for you, go ahead and get out of it. If you hit that profit, get out of it. So, like, if I clean up a smooth 60% in less than 24 hours, it just makes sense to go ahead and take that. Even though, it may continue, it just makes sense to take 60% off the table because it's 60%, right? Now, I'm not saying that you can't get more than that, but usually you get more than that on plays that you have out a little bit longer. But if on the weekly you get 60% within the first 24 hours, go ahead and cut that. It ain't no point in staying in there. So there's plenty of times that we've taken trades on the 5 minute or the 15 minute, and we literally stayed in for 3-4 bars, right? 3-4 bars, that's 3-4 sessions. So if you see something on the daily, you give it 3 or 4 sessions, right? Now, I know you may be like, oh, my profits are going down. I don't like the drawdown. Simply put it out longer. That's it. Yeah, it costs a little bit more, but you get less drawdown if that's your hang up. Another solution is silent for zero so that you're not concerned about it. Another thing I'll say is if I'm taking a trade, it's probably a good trade. So with that said, like, I've done a lot of the hard or the heavy lifting, you know what I mean? Like, I've vetted the levels. I've looked at all those different things. Yes, I want y'all to see it for yourself too, but I also want y'all to, just learn how to start just trusting, right? And as you see them play out, you're going to understand why I chose certain things, right? Keep asking your questions and stuff like that. But, you gotta have a real understanding that, like, there are so many ways for something to work out. If you get stuck on absolutes, like I say in the course, right? Like thinking it's going to work out a certain way every time, it's going to ruin your brain, right? It's going to have you completely just, fucked up, for lack of a better word, to the point where you're not gonna want to trade, right? You're not gonna want to do it. You're like, it's not. No, it's gonna take a different route every time, right? It's gonna take a different route to the top every time, or a different route to the bottom every time, right? It's never gonna be 100% consistent. This works exactly like this every time. If that was the case, everybody would be rich. Just walking around downtown, man, like the amount of homeless youth is just, it's out of control, bro. Let's keep developing good habits. Let's keep making profit. Let's keep making adjustments and tweaks. Take this as a reminder, right? Build this into your trading strategy. Remember, everything that I'm talking about in these videos, when you put them together, it's gonna lead to a profitable situation. I promise you that. All right? Proud of all of y'all in the group. Proud of all of y'all that haven't made the decision yet, but is on the grind to trade. Keep it up. All right, that's all I got for y'all today, man. Listen, remember, invest smart, live free. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.